Hi everyone, I'm Nicholas Tutora. Welcome to Tutora Time. When it comes to John Kerry, it seems like it's masks for thee, but not for me. Yes, the climate czar was caught unmasked in first class on an American airline jet, reading his book with no concern for the deadly pandemic. What pure hypocritical behavior on display. John Kerry, what a joke this guy is. His title is the Climate Czar. Czar, it means Caesar. It's a Russian word. It really has no place in American politics. The last thing Americans need is some kind of Caesar ruling over them, telling them what they should do. It may seem like a small thing, but it just shows that they don't even believe anything they're saying. Well, today at least he was busted in first class, but usually he's flying around in his private jet on the way to one of his 3 mansions and his yacht. John Kerry has a bigger carbon footprint than any of us will ever have in our lifetime, but he piously lectures us on everything we must sacrifice to save the planet. You know, there's only 9 years left. Another thing that doesn't really make any sense, if there's only 9 years left, why do they care about passing policies that have long-term effects in other areas? The planet's not even going to be around. The pure arrogance of people to think they control the climate, it's just one more example of the arrogance of humankind thinking that they can control the planet itself. John Kerry can't even control himself enough to wear his mask for his entire flight. So John is really unwilling to be concerned about his fellow citizens. He doesn't mind if some virus particles float out of his mouth and nose and land on some other unsuspecting passenger, as long as John could sit there comfortably in first class and read his book. And the flight attendants were not even bothering him on the trip. There's something really horrible going on in America, and that is our entire system of government and our entire philosophy of government is being perverted.
Something really wrong is going on.
Mr. Kirkland, you are out of order!
You're out of order!
The left is passing laws that don't just address a problem. They fundamentally undermine the Constitution of the United States. Their H.R. 1 bill is looking to strip away the state's sovereignty when it comes to elections. So the government wants to federalize the elections. They're looking to undermine Second Amendment rights by making it so expensive to even own a gun that it basically becomes impossible. And they have done away with freedom of assembly under the guise of COVID lockdowns. Free speech is constantly being gone after. They have no immigration policy. They don't care if people are flooding the border and there's a crisis going on there. As long as it's not Donald Trump, they're willing to accept everything. This is not the American way, people. Our government is by the people, not this kind of authoritarian government that we have now where they pass laws to strip us of our rights and make us live in fear and lock us down, and then they themselves don't even follow the law. Yes, John Kerry comes from a long line of men who have basically romanced his way to the top, let's put it in a polite way. John Kerry married a millionaire. He married into the Hines family. And if you look at a lot of the politicians, that's exactly what they did. They went out there and they married rich so they could finance their political career. And John Kerry is the perfect example of this. Here, take a look at one of their strategy sessions as they form new policies. And John Kerry has this really weird tick with his tongue. Did you ever notice it? He keeps sticking his tongue in and out all the time when he talks. I guess that would be one benefit of him wearing his mask. We wouldn't have to look at that. Sitting there just shows the arrogance that these people really have. They have no intention whatsoever of obeying their own mandates. They think it's for the little people. And of course, the people are handcuffed because we don't travel in their private circles. We don't see in their private worlds who's masked and who's not, who's following guidelines, who's not. It doesn't matter to them if guns are more expensive. They'll still be able to afford theirs, and they'll be able to afford their private security services. Doesn't matter if taxes go up. They'll figure out the loopholes, how to get around it. It doesn't matter if the border is swarmed with immigrants, because they're living behind the walls of their mansion and it doesn't affect them in any way. It doesn't matter if you're inhibited from driving what you want. They're going to do exactly what they want to do regardless of anything they say. Wake up, folks. We are Americans. We do not need an elite group above us to rule down to us. These people are not true to America, folks. They're tyrants. They're drunk with power and they only want more of it, and they'll crush anybody and they'll do anything in order to get it, even make laws and mandates that you have to follow, but they certainly don't. And John Kerry's behavior just goes to prove that. I hope American Airlines really finds him severely. If there was an ounce of integrity, he'd be fired from his position, or he would just come out and say, you know what? Nobody really has to wear a mask. Well, I'm Nicholas Tutora, and I'll talk to you again soon on Tutora Time.